Dollsonthewires.it was a sodden Wednesday in early March when Kate Ellison rolled her battered hatchback into Pine Hollow, a rain-soaked blip of a town nestled in Oregon's coastal mountains. The sky churned dark, heavy with clouds that had unleashed a storm 2 nights prior, a vicious tempest that tore power lines loose, uprooted trees, left the streets slick with mud and silence. Kate, 30, lean and restless, her auburn hair tied back in a messy bun, had come for work, her camera bag slung over her shoulder, packed with lenses to capture the town's decay for a freelance photo book on forgotten places. The motel sign flickered weakly as she pulled in Pine Rest, half the neon dead promising a bed, a shower, a base. She checked in, the clerk barely glancing up, gray-haired, sour-faced, muttering about the storm's mess. The room smelled of damp carpet and stale smoke-peeling wallpaper, a sagging mattress, a window streaked with rain, but Kate didn't care, unpacking her gear, sipping instant coffee from a chipped mug. She'd driven 6 hours from Portland, chasing the eerie beauty of ruin, and Pine Hollow delivered. Houses sagged under moss, storefronts sat hollow, their signs faded to ghosts of words. But what caught her eye, sharp and strange, were the dolls, dozens of them, strung up on the sagging power lines along the main road. They dangled, their old, battered things, cloth bodies frayed, plastic faces cracked, some missing eyes, others with mouths stitched shut, tied to the wires with rough twine. The storm must have blown them out, Kate thought, some kid's prank, or a local's weird art, but their stillness gnawed at her, too deliberate. To many, she snapped a few shots from the motel lot, click, their silhouettes stark against the gray, the wind tugging their limp arms, making them sway like hanged men. Creepy as hell, she muttered, zooming in. One had a black thread spilling from its socket, trailing down its cheek like a tear. Thursday morning, she hit the diner, a dingy joint called Rusty's, its windows fogged, its booth sticky with grease. Coffee burned her tongue as she asked the waitress, a weary woman with pinched lips, "What's with the dolls out there?" The woman shrugged. "Folks don't talk about it. Showed up after the storm, that's all." A grizzled old man at the counter, nursing a beer despite the hour, leaned over, his voice rasped low. "Storm woke the forest girl. Up in the old copper mines, something's breathing again." Kate's pulse quickened. Mines meant history, photos, a story she pressed. "Where are they?" He pointed north, mile past the ridge. "Don't go poking, though." She ignored the warning, grabbed her gear, drove out the road, twisted through pines, their needles dripping, the air thick with wet earth and rot. The ridge loomed, a scarred hump of rock, and beyond it, the mine's mouth yawned, boards splintered across its entrance, rusted nails jutting out, a faded sign warning, "Keep out." More dolls piled at the threshold, 10, 20 tangled in a heap, their heads lolling, some eyeless, some grinning with chipped teeth. Kate knelt, snapped photos, click, then froze. One twitched, its arm jerking up, though the wind had stilled. A sound drifted out, low, humming, like children giggling far off. She hesitated, logic screamed to leave, but curiosity burned hotter, tugging her closer. She pried a board loose, splinters snagged, her gloves slipped inside, flashlight beam cutting the dark. The tunnel stretched deep, air cold and metallic, walls glistening with damp. Her boots echoed, loud to loud. Debris littered the floor, rusted picks, a broken lantern, a child's shoe, its laces rotted through. The hum grew, vibrating in her chest, a chorus of tiny voices, and she pressed on, deeper, the light trembling in her grip. Friday night hit hard. She'd crashed back at the motel, exhausted, editing shots on her laptop. The mine photos glowed, stark, unsettling. Sleep came jagged until a sharp tap woke her. Insistent tap, tap on the window. She bolted up, heart slamming. Outside, a doll hung, swaying, its face pressed to the glass, black threads spilling from its eyes, knuckles rapping, slow, deliberate. "No, no, no." She gasped, yanked the curtain shut, but the tapping followed. Louder tap, Tap then stopped. Silence heavier than before. She flung the door open, nothing there. Just rain, but her car keys jingled in her pocket, and she ran, pulse racing, checking the lot. Another doll sat in her passenger seat grinning, eyeless, its head tilted as if waiting. She threw it out, screamed, "What the fuck?" But found a third in her camera bag later, nestled between lenses, its stitched mouth curled up. The whispers started, then soft, creaky Kate from nowhere, everywhere her name threading through the room. The walls, the air. Saturday. She barely ate coffee, soured in her gut. Her hands shook as she scrolled the photos again, the dolls' faces sharper now, too human, too alive. She drove back to the mine desperate. Reckless, slammed the boards aside, stormed in deeper than before. The tunnel branched left, right, she chose left, flashlight flickering, revealing a chamber, and old miners' camp tables, chairs, a rusted stove, walls etched with silhouettes, child-sized, carved deep, their outlines jagged, frantic. As if trapped mid-scream, the hum swelled louder. Closer she followed it, boots slipping on wet stone, until the tunnel opened wide, a cavern, vast, dark, and there it stood, a machine, monstrous, towering, a twisted loom of steel and wire. Its arms churned, clicking, whirring, spinning not thread, but copper cables, weaving dolls from nothing, fabric formed in midair, faces stitched by black needles, eyes punched in with hollow snaps. Kate gagged, dolls dropped, twitching, piling at its base, their heads turning, whispering, "Kate, Kate, a choir of the damned." She stumbled back, mind reeling, the storm, the mines, the lost souls of kids, miners, caught here, spun into these things. She grabbed a pickaxe from the floor, swung hard, clang, the machine shrieked, metal grinding, but kept moving, wires lashed out, snake-like coiled her legs. Her arms, needles gleamed, inches from her face. "No!" She roared, twisted, free, fell, scrambled up, running, dolls rising behind her, their voices screeching, "You saw us, Kate." Sunday, she planned, gas can from her trunk, matches from the motel, she'd burn it, end it. Back in the mine, she doused the machine, fuel splashed, sharp in her nose, lit a match, flames roared up, orange and wild, the dolls wailed, high, piercing, wires melted, the loom buckled. She turned too late, dolls blocked the tunnel, hundreds crawling, climbing, their hands clawing, "You can't leave," their scream fused, "Watch us forever." She threw the can, fire surged, a blast shook the earth, rock collapsed, burying the machine, the dolls, the noise. She crawled out, half blind, coughing, flames singed her jacket, her hair, her eyes burned, vision blurring, hot, searing, pain as the heat scorched her retinas. She staggered to her car, screaming, clawing at her face, sight gone, just black, endless black. Hours later, a trucker found her mumbling, blind, drove her back to Pine Hollow, the motel. Her room left her there, shaken, muttering about a crazy woman. Monday came, she sat, sightless, hands trembling, whispers crept back, "Kate, Kate," soft, close outside, dolls hung on the wires again, swaying, tapping the glass. She couldn't see them, eyes ruined, but they lived in her head now, their faces sharp, their giggles loud, showing her their world, their dark, their wires endless, unblinking. She'd burned the mine, but not the curse, her mind their prison, her blindness their stage. A week passed, the motel owner peeked, and Kate sat still, staring nowhere, whispering back, "I see you," her voice thin, broken. Outside, the dolls swung, more each day, new faces, fresh stitches, and a faint hum drifted from the ridge, soft, alive, waiting.